Alright. And when it's cold out, you want to make sure you stay warm.
Yeah.
Make sure you got gloves. Make sure you got a hat on. If you don't,
The number one.
RIP, baby.
When making a fire in the wilderness, you must prep the area first. Make sure to find a clear area free from things that could potentially catch fire and create a hazardous situation. Next, you should create a makeshift fire pit. If there is snow on the ground, dig a small hole and, if possible, line it with rocks to create a barrier. It is best to find an area that is protected from the wind and potential snowfall.
Finding adequate firewood is crucial to making a successful fire. You should be looking for dead or dry wood. Finding dead or dry wood will be hard when snow is present. The best way to find proper wood is low-bearing and easy to break off branches. Sawing or breaking off live branches would not be ideal due to the high moisture content in them. If you are not sure how to find a dead branch or tree, look for the ones with their bark gone or peeling. Fallen trees are the easiest to find.
So we set this piece of bark down here because the snow is wet and it's not very great for building fires on top of. So we're going to use this piece of bark as a great base to start our fire with.
There are a couple different kinds of wood that you should gather that serve different purposes. There is tinder, which are small twigs, pine needles or cones, and dry leaves. Next, you should look for kindling, which are slightly bigger sticks, ideally with around a 1-inch diameter. And lastly, the actual firewood.
I feel like Bruce Lee.
Yeah!
Baby. If you are knowledgeable about different types of trees, finding the right kind can make a huge difference. Use dry wood from coniferous species, which are trees that keep their leaves year-round and have cones, like cedar, pine, spruce, and balsam, to start a fire. Then use wood from deciduous species, trees that shed their leaves in the winter, such as maple, oak, or ironwood, to keep a fire going.
After you have collected your different types of wood and fire starter, it's time to build the base. There are three main kinds. The cone, start with the base of kindling and tinder. Start that on fire, then place your logs vertically around the base and lean them against each other. The log cabin, lay 2 logs parallel to each other, then 2 on top that are perpendicular to the bottom ones, and repeat a couple times, all while leaving room for oxygen and putting tinder in the spaces.
Now we are leaning small twigs against the bigger pieces of wood, so once the tinder catches on fire, the small twigs will hopefully catch fire as well, resulting in the bigger logs to light up. Now we're laying bigger twigs across the log cabin, so once the tinder catches on fire, the bigger twigs will light on fire, producing more instant heat.
Lastly, the pyramid. Make a base of larger logs, all parallel to each other, and build upwards, using small logs each time and topping it off with your tinder and kindling.
Lighting your fire may be trial and error.
First try. 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 Take 36. First try. First try.
First try. First try.
That's how you gotta press your finger up against it. There you go.
First try. First try.
First try.
To start, light the tinder with your match and place it at the base of the fire. Begin to blow near the flame to lightly produce oxygen. Make sure to keep it lit. The best way to tell is to see if there is smoke coming from the tinder. Make sure to continue the flow of oxygen, but don't blow on it too much because that could put it out. Keep moving the embers to the center and allow for it to completely burn to a white ash.
It definitely looks like two.
Don't don't do too much or it's gonna go out. Okay, a little.
Oh, yes, JJ. Keep doing that. Keep doing that.
First try. Let's get it.
So we tried a new method of lighting tinder and then placing the tinder into the log cabin, but that did not work.
First try.
First try.
First try.
Like.
Alright, first try. So, as you can see, once you have a big fire raging, the number one thing to do so you don't start a forest fire is to put it out. So that's what I'll be doing right now. And now you're sure that there won't be a forest fire. That's where I fell.
Sponsor me, Skittles. Oh, my Skittle.
Whoa, Katie!
Oh my god.
Now it's all wet.
Okay, maybe not. No, just
Just these.
like peel them off.
Just peel them.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna peel them.
What?
Oh my God, there's so much snow in my shoe.
It's a portable
Truck.
shanty.